Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel, and if you're joining for the first time, you're very much welcome. My name is Tomi, and if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, come on, click on the subscribe button and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah, so guys, it's commonly said that tech is the oil of the 21st century, and then it's almost like you don't know what you're doing with your life if you're not doing tech. I can even say that being into tech is almost becoming something like peer pressure, because if you're not doing it, come on, it looks like you have a problem. What are you doing? What are you studying? Things like that. But anyway, I'm not saying tech is the only viable career out there. There are so many other careers that are still very viable, even though you still have to have some technical knowledge. Yeah, but tech is not the only thing. Anyways, today is not the day to talk about if tech is for everyone or should everyone go into tech. So what I want to talk about today is, now you've decided that you want to go into tech, and you decided, oh, I want to learn some programming language, or I want to get a CS degree, or I want to start this self-training. Yeah, what are some mistakes that you shouldn't make? Some mistakes that many people make in starting their tech journey. So number one mistake that is very common to people that are just starting out a career in tech, especially when it comes to programming, is jumping from one programming language to another. You know the way tech world is, like, it's very fast paced, and it's like almost every day there's something new, there's a new programming language, there's a new framework, there's a new this, there's a new that. And today it's React, tomorrow is Angular, next tomorrow it's Node, another tomorrow is Go, is this, is that. And as a new beginner starting your career, you don't even know where to start. So today your friend tell you, and they try to convince you, oh no, Python, all the companies in the world, they are using Python, so you should really learn Python. Python is the one that will fetch you money. You start Python. Trust me, before next week, your friends will come back to convince you that no JS, so JavaScript is the in thing. And then you jump to JavaScript. And then the following week, they will tell you, oh no, you're still learning basic JavaScript. No, you should be doing Angular. And then you're jumping from one to another. And at the end of the day, you get overwhelmed and you're not able to learn anyone concretely. Don't make this mistake. So what I would tell you is this: before you start out, if you want to learn programming, before you start learning any programming language, first sit and try to make some research. Know exactly what do you want to learn programming for, and pick a language that is suitable for what you want to learn. For example, if you want to learn front-end programming, you can, fundamentally you need JavaScript. You need some knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So you can start with HTML, CSS, even though you won't be writing HTML and CSS every day, of course, but you need a very good knowledge of this one. So you can start from there and start doing some practical work with it, and then you can progress on to JavaScript. Understand the basics of JavaScript very well before you start moving on to framework. So if you want to do front-end programming, sit with it, understand JavaScript very well, understand how it works before you pick up a framework. Then when you understand how it works well, then to be easy for you to learn things like React, Angular, Node and all. But if you start with React today, tomorrow you want to learn Angular, next tomorrow you want to learn Node, at the end of the day you just find out that you are good at nothing. So calm down. The rush will always be there. But something interesting about even all these advancements is that the fundamentals of programming remains the same. The control flow, the if, the else, the for loops, looping, while loop, for loop, and all of that. Abstraction is common to all programming languages. Know how data structures and all of that. Know how they work very well. So when you have a good background on how these programming languages work, then it's easy for you to learn anyone that you want to learn based on where you want to specialize in. But if you allow the rush of what is raining now to grab you, come on, you will end up not learning anything. And it's a very common mistake that I find so many people make when starting a tech career. Jumping from one to another, it doesn't work that way. You will end up learning nothing. Trust me on this one. Just calm down, try to make your research, make your finding. What exactly do you want to learn? Pick one, focus on it, and see it through to the end. Okay? Yeah, another common mistake I see so many people make when trying to start tech or trying to learn a new programming language is reading an old textbook on programming without practicing. Hey, you see, programming is like handwork. It's like a vocation. If you don't practice, if you read all the textbook from now till 1900, you will only be sounding the theory. Like, the best way to learn is to learn on the job. So if you are learning about control structures and all of that, try to practice something, even if it's as simple as like a simple adding machine, to just add numbers, 1 2 3 numbers. Try to do it. I know, see, it's very easy to fall into that that lapse. Oh, let me read it, let me finish reading it, and then you are reading it, you finish reading like 20 chapters. Before you go back to it, you cannot even remember what you read in chapter 1. So the best way is, even if you are using a book, as you are reading the book, like, try to practice. Try to do some practice with some little things. Like, reading the old textbook is not going to help. Like, there's no way you will learn a programming language that way. Like, no way. You will forget everything. So the best way to learn is to learn on the job. And even if it is a video tutorial that you are doing, don't fall into that trap of, oh, this is how it works, and then you're looking at it, and you think you know it like that. Come on, forget it. You don't know it yet until you practice it. So you actually have to get your hands dirty. Like, start with very simple things. Like, try to implement very simple things. Like, that's the best way to learn. So you don't learn by just reading book. Yeah, it's very good to read book because it helps you like gain a strong background and a strong knowledge. It's very good to watch video tutorials, but don't make the mistake of not practicing. Like, it's just a waste of time. In fact, the best thing is that as you're reading a chapter, follow the exercises. Like, try to get your hands dirty, do something that's related to that chapter that you just read. Okay. Yeah, and the third thing is for people studying computer science in school, or you are studying in Nigeria. In fact, it was a common phrase for us then in school, because we're doing mostly mathematics, and we're always like, oh, mathematics is a waste of time. You do come to school to study mathematics, it's a waste. If you ask those at the higher level, they will tell you that the mathematics is not a waste. Trust me. Especially if you want to consider a field like artificial intelligence, if you want to go into AI, mathematics is not a waste. If that's the only thing your school could offer you, my fellow Nigerian CS students, if that's the only thing your school could offer you, if they cannot offer you programming knowledge, please, like, make use of the opportunity, especially if you know that you want to like consider a field in AI. It is very important. Like, it's very important. Your knowledge of probability, your knowledge of discrete mathematics, like, it's very important. See, just take it as a rule that whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your mind and do it very well, because it's going to pay off. Trust me on this one, it's going to pay off. Your knowledge of calculus, your knowledge of calculus is going to pay off. I remember I started taking one course like that on Udemy on AI. Oh boy, that was when I knew that this thing is not for me. I ran away. The mathematics was like, I was like, is this still AI, or I'm already into mathematics? This is not theory, like practical. You actually need good knowledge of mathematics. So don't think that the mathematics you are doing in school is a waste. It is not a waste. Do it well. Like, try to know it well. In fact, start thinking about something that you might be interested in, and if it tends towards AI, trust me, you are going to be doing a lot of mathematics. So don't think your mathematics is a waste. In fact, for any field you want to do in computer science, or you want to do in tech, mathematics is never a waste. At least, even if you are not going to be doing all the calculus and all of that, yeah, it's building your mental capacity, and it's building your cognitive and mental capacity. So it's not a waste. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it so well. Okay. Yeah, and the next thing I would love to say is practice the art of thinking before coding. Like, as you're starting, start getting used to it. Don't get used to the act of just jumping. Like, once you just see something, you just want to jump to start coding or to start doing whatever you want to do. Learn the act of first thinking, like thinking through. Think about what you want to do before coming on it. It's going to help before jumping on it. It's going to help you on the long run in your career, whatever career path you choose in tech. It's really going to help you when you learn the art of thinking first before jumping to implementation. Yeah, another thing is, please filter events that you attend. Filter meetups that you go to. Meetups are everywhere. There's always this meetup today, there's this meetup today, there's this meetup tomorrow, there's this meetup. So if you are always going for every meetup, you are going for every event, trust me, most times you will come back confused. In fact, you will come back lost, and then you start wondering what you are doing with your life. So you have to learn how to filter. It's good to attend those events because it keeps you up to date with technology. Then you can join a community, which is very good and healthy. It's very good for your career. But what I'm saying is, try to filter. like, don't just jump to every event, else we just end up being confused, and at the end of the day, just drop this thing and just like, oh boy, this thing is not for me, I beg, let me find my levels here. So try to filter events before you attend, okay? And finally, it does not have to be all about coding. Coding is not the only part that you have in tech. It's not just front end, it's not just back end, it's not just JavaScript. Like, you have so many options, like so many options. Like, you have the cloud engineering, you can learn Azure, you can learn AWS, you can learn about cloud, like cloud engineering generally. You can become a project manager, a technical project manager. You can become a QA, quality assurance tester. Yeah, you can become a UI UX designer. You can become a fashion illustrator. All these things are embedded in tech. So, like, do your findings very well. It's not just limited to programming. And as a matter of fact, I always say this: play to your strengths. It's not everybody that have that patience and that tenacity to do coding. So if you feel this thing is not my area of strength, don't try to fit in. Find what is best for you or what works for you. Fine, good. It's good to have anything you want to do. Actually, it's good to have like some background of programming. Even if you just want to be a program manager, it's good to be technical, like to have a technical background. If you want to become a QA, it's good to have technical background. It gives you an edge, it gives you an advantage. But don't force yourself into front-end developer or back-end developer. Try to find something that is like an area of strength for you. If you feel you're better at project management, feel you're better at designing, see, yeah, UX designers, they are earning, some of them are even earning more than developers. So yeah, actually, so it's not just programming that can fetch you money in tech, or that has a bright future in tech. Yeah, we need all these other fields too. People in AI, we need people in cloud computing, we need people in UI UX designing, we need like a lot of fields. So just try to do your findings and don't limit yourself. Don't try to squeeze yourself into something that is not actually convenient for you. So I wish you the very best as you have made a decision to start this tech career journey, and then yeah, I hope to see you at the top. If you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you are yet to subscribe, again, I'm telling you, subscribe, because you're going to be missing out on a lot. All right guys, bye, see you some other time. Ciao.